Ashe.
Ashe.
So now we'll go to the Q&A. You put the question. You can put your question in the comment. You can put it in the chat. You can put your questions in the box if you want to stay anonymous, or you can send it through Snapchat and you'll be first in line. Thank you, Lisa Phoenix. Thank you. I've never thought about it like that. I got to unlock it to get to the next level. Thank you, Ashe. Exactly. You have to unlock it. It does not unlock just because you say it's unlocked. It's not an open sesame. You gotta jimmy that thing, right? You gotta be the master locksmith. You gotta be, working on how to like open up these doors. Okay, where to start going through your spiritual journey? Where to start? There is no particular starting point. You start where you are. Where to start is finding. You start by traveling. That's how you start. You just walk. I never asked, where does my spiritual journey start? I just started walking, meaning that I saw a book that I wanted to read, so I read it, right? I heard a voice that told me to do this, and you will achieve a certain level of understanding, so I followed it. Okay? That is how you walk. I wanted to learn. I heard a certain voice on YouTube speaking and I resonated with it, and it was talking about certain spiritual things, so I listened. And I paid attention and I studied it, and sometimes I tried to apply it. That is how you start. It's 11:22.
What it do?
I'll give you a couple more minutes. See if we got any questions. I'm finally unlocked. Took a lot of work. You alter. We're great guides. You all together. You alter. We're great guides.
Or maybe you two.
You two were great guides.
Oh, you all.
You all were great guides. Ashe. Glad that we could assist. That we all could assist you. New Martin. To the triple twos, of course. You all, yep, we got you. Big time. Ben Bay, okay.
And tomorrow's face-to-face Fridays, so join us tomorrow and join the live. Ashe. I'm excited, even though I'm excited every Friday. But
So I'll wait another 2 minutes to see if any other questions come in.
I feel like I have a question, but it can't come up, so I guess it's not meant to ask right now.
See Mystique Melanin first giving honor to Duüblé and her divination. I've been feeling the effect of these bowls and charms. Stay powerful.
Ashe, love.
I don't know what to ask sometimes. Dang, it's okay. Black Dimes. It's all good.
We just looking at each other.
Jusky, I got so much confirmation. It's just action at this point. Yep. The book, Conversations with God, it got me started. There you go. That's how it works. Go ahead and turn the music.
Ashe.
How do you unblock and activate your chakras and inner fire? You can unblock. Well, you'll activate your chakras by like meditation, imagination, and through that meditation and imagination, you imagine your chakras, and you imagine them being activated. Right. The longer you do it, the more activated they become. See, activation isn't like it's not a switch per se. It's not just a switch and boom, your chakras are on. It's more like you prime them, and the more that you work on them, the more active they become. So that's how that works. And part of unblocking them, and the unblocking part is typically breaking spiritual contracts. So you know the spiritual meaning of toothaches? Or do you know the spiritual meaning of toothache? Oh. Do you know the spiritual meaning of toothaches? Do I know the spiritual meaning of toothaches? It depends on the tooth. I don't know what. No, I don't know. Like which tooth causes what spirit or so. I don't know. The toothache, spiritual, any aching of the body, it requires thought. Things are not like a one size fits all type thing. Like if your eye aches, that means this every single time. Your toothache, that means this everything. So I had a toothache once, really, really bad toothache, and it was because my father had got acid had fell on his neck while he was working. He was working with acid, and the acid spilled and got into his neck and burned his neck, and it caused severe pain going all on this side of his face and neck and jaw and all that kind of stuff. So I had a really bad toothache, right, from this wisdom tooth all the way in the back, and I just felt it all of a sudden just shock through my whole like right side of my face, and it was like that for a few days. And when I looked at the tarot cards, trying to figure out how deep into the tarot cards at the time, it was saying it was connected to my father, but I couldn't figure out how my father had anything to do with a toothache. And then a few days later, after I spoke to him, I found out that he had this whole acid accident, and the pain that hit him on the right side of his neck and his face, and he's in extreme pain. So, a toothache can be who knows what that toothache energy could be from. It could be from a spirit, it could be from a connection to somebody else going through pain, somebody else having a tooth issue or a body issue. It can be a lot of things. How'd you two find each other? I'm Hella. You must be from Cali. Spiritually aligned, but seldom have I found a love that matches. Seeing you two gives me hope, but I want to hear your guys' story. Well, we have done this story before, or recently we did the story, so we won't go through the whole story.
I guess how did you make space for me? And I can answer like how I found you, like in the spirit.
I made space I stopped looking. Hold on. I made space by trying to be love instead of looking for someone to give me their love. It's not that I wasn't looking for anybody per se, but I just, instead of looking for somebody for the purpose of them loving me, I instead worked on myself to be more loving, more open to being a loving partner, which made it available for someone to receive that love. And then within the relationship, you have to continue that same goal has to be there, to continue to be you, to be the love, and not that person to be the one giving you love. right? That still doesn't guarantee that it's going to go the way that you want to go, though. I'm not saying it's like, oh, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. No, I'm just telling you what happened. But technically, I've done that, and I've had versions of that in other relationships as well. So it's not like it's the first time. Just at the moment, at this time, is working out, the best, right? So when it comes to those type of things, it's in a general answer, when it's time, that's one. On a more specific answer, it does depend on you. I mean, it depends on your energy, the karma that you have. That's probably the best way to put it. It depends on your karma, which is attached to your birthday. Okay? So, you have to be vibrating at a certain frequency that your birthday or your karmic energy dictates you to vibrate at in order to have the type of relationship that you in order for you to have the proper partner, I'll say that. Okay? And in order for you to have the proper partner.
And for me, that's my favorite little intro. For me personally, it was, like Logas said, was focusing on being love, because I was once in a space where I was seeking all of this validation, confirmation from the external, and so I was like, how do I be this for myself? And then I began to connect with Yemo Zhao and Yemeya, and she began to help me, and she's in Orisha, that helps the feminine with matters of the home, and she has like that very motherly energy. So I connect with her, and I just began to move in the energy of wanting to cook and nurture my family and my king and things. And so I just started to, in my mind, think like, what would I need to be, or what would I need to do for my king? And I got very clear on what I wanted to experience, and I was very clear, like I wanted him to have his own spiritual business. I wrote these things down to the T. Some of the things I thought he was gonna be chocolate, but it's okay because he had that darkness, so he was chocolate on the inside. But I got very, very specific, and I wrote that down, and then I made a pact to myself, and I was like, I'm gonna hold out. And then that's when all the dudes started coming out the woodworks. And when you're seeking for a thing as the feminine, we're like, are you it? Are you it? And being that I was so clear on what he looked like as far as the qualities that he had, I was able to check with, by the time like I talked to the guy about the second time, I knew like, nope, not it. And so I allowed myself, and I also said, I was like, I'm not going to have sex with any of these guys either. I'm literally going to see myself. I'm going to see them for what they're showing me, and if they are not in alignment, they gotta go. I'm not going with the potentials or none of that. And I was like, nope, not it. And then I just began to become really optimistic about the idea that he existed already, and he was waiting on me, and we were looking for each other. And then my dreams began to kick up that were giving me signs that I was getting closer to him. And then guys really started coming through, and at this point I was like, I didn't even have any interest in trying to connect to see if they were it. Like, soon as they, hey, how you doing? I'm good, I'm married. I literally was telling the men, like, I'm married. I ain't meet Logas yet, but I was like, I'm married. And then about a week later, so this was about a 6-month process. Well, I began manifesting Logas for like a year, but like the last 6 months is when I was like, I'm not talking to no more guys. I'm not trying to see something real quick. I'm just gonna focus on the home, focus on becoming, and I'm a, just trust that he gonna come. And then towards like that week leading up to Logas, the guys was coming through. How you doing? I'm married. And I just stood in that, and it was like I had to trust my intuition, because I remember one time I was swiping them so fast, I was like, hold on, Duüblé, that could have been him. Like, how you know? And it was like my intuition, my higher self was like, nope, you will know. And I trusted that. And then when I met him, I knew. And so in regards to how I found him, it was more so I connected with his spirit. I connected with his energy, and it's like I even began to feel the masculine presence in my aura. And that's when I knew, because I was like, I feel the man here. Like, I felt him before I even seen him. And so just connecting in spirit, getting clear on what you want, holding what you got, and not second guessing your discernment. When you know it's not it, when you know it's not him, don't waste your time nor his, and stay focused and continue to prepare yourself, and it'll all present itself. But also just continue to focus on that being. And so it's like, continue to ask yourself these questions, like, what am I holding back on? Am I scared to love? Am I scared to do this? Am I scared to, and just begin to unlock those parts of you and allow yourself to fully be. And then you will get a full reflection, because you're always getting a reflection of where you are and who you are. So just fully focus on who you want to see externally, focus on being that, and then you will see that in your reality. Ashe, I'm done.
Ashe.
Hey. That was it? Nobody else had no more questions? All right.
I don't think so. It was just
Yep,
chiming in.
I just knew he was gonna be chocolate, y'all. What was the song? Brown Skin by NDRE, when she was like, I can't see where yours begin. I can see where yours begin, but it's okay, because I see the darkness within and the lightness. The milk chocolate. Ashe. Oh, yeah. 30 days. Definitely. Yeah.
All right. So I don't see any more questions. We'll go into the... I sure did.
Nah, it was a wig. Somebody commented that too. So you both was wearing wigs. All right, come on.
Nah, never have I worn a wig.
I want a light wig. A lace front.
Never have I worn a wig. I cut mine off with clippers and everything.
Are those onyx? Your wood, I guess.
These are they're not onyx. They're just wood beads. I don't even remember what wood. I gotta see if I can find what wood it was. I bought these a couple years ago, and it's like the first time I've actually worn them, or started wearing them, I'll say. Let me give the most good blessings. Oh, that was different. I love y'all's new look. Asante, thank you. Yeah, I did cut my locks though. I'm I'm always on a spiritual journey, so I've been on a spiritual journey for quite a while. But I'm on a bigger spiritual journey. And on this one, I'm trying to cross into a whole new echelon of spirituality. So it required me to let go of some old energy. So the brackets,
bracelets.
Oh, bracelet, though, you said?
She brought it again.
Oh, the bracelets are wood too. I believe they're, I don't know if they're rosewood or sandalwood. Can't remember.
We have some similar on CrystalineMars.com. They're not as large. They're a little smaller, but we have 3 different styles available. So you can check some out if you'd like. Somebody asked if you're growing your hair back.
I'm gonna grow my hair back one day, but not right now. It'll stay like this for at least a year.
So you're gonna keep cutting it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are! Yay! Because I like my little flat little route and stuff, so I take a little extension.
So it's our communication avenue to the universe. What, you talking about the hair? I'm guessing.
I'm not sure.
Will you grow your hair back? Oh yeah. Is our communication avenue to the universe? The hair is a communication map. It's also a filter.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, it's an antenna, right? So imagine if you're trying to, if you have a phone and you don't want any calls to come in, but you want to keep the phone on, right? But you don't want any calls to come in, then you would put it on airplane mode. You would cut off the antenna. Essentially, that's what I did. It's like, in order for me, because I have a lot of energy on my hair, a lot of energy on my hair. So in order for me to focus on self, that's the thing. The hair is the antenna to the universe. It's kind of hard to focus on self if you plugged in the whole time. I'm plugged into all of these frequencies, all of these energies, right? But now I'm unplugged, so I can focus on self in the way that I need to focus on self during this process. And then when I have achieved a certain level of selfness, I can then re-plug back into the matrix. But right, I needed to unplug from the matrix for a little bit so I could learn to become the one and then reattach myself back to the matrix as the one once again.
Because you said unplugged and unlocked, and un versus new. So you had to undo to come new, true, you. And then you come back and do it again. I say.
Yeah. That part. Those originate from Asiatic Pacific Island Moors, like King Kamehameha, all right, DBZ, brothers of Japan, okay. Filter, Is there a specific reason for?
They wrote it again. Scroll down.
Is there a specific reason for time frame of year? Yeah, because it's a 12-month. Right to a pass. Wait, hold on, let me see that. Is there a reason for a time frame of a year?
I think you were answering it correct.
Right, because well, I started at the specific time because it's 30 days before my birthday, so I wanted to finish before my next birthday. I also wanted to finish before my son's next birthday, so I want to put a little time in between, because he'll go through a rites of passage similar to mine's, and that'll be on March 10th, so I wanted to give it some time.
And yours in March 2nd, right?
Mine ends on March 2nd, so it gives me time in between those days to prepare for me to be done and then to begin his. And then a whole year is because, it takes, go through all the zodiacs, right? Go from one year to the next year, right? Because for him, it'll be a year from age 13, it'll start to age 14. And it's starting at, 13, because 13 it's the 13 pieces from Asar or what do y'all know, or Osiris, the 13 pieces that were found, when he was chopped up into 14, but the 13 pieces that were found, and then his wife Isis or Aset put him back, gave him became the 14th piece. So from 13 to 14, You know, that's why it's a whole year-long process. From 13 to 14, those are the divine numbers in the Egyptian or the Cometian paradigm. How do you two handle? That's a good question. How do you two handle fights and disagreement? Nowadays, we don't fight. And nowadays, I just disagree in my head. Is what I do. And I just don't fight. Because instead I just trust. That's what I decided to do. I'm like, since you're here in my life and I'm here in yours, I might as well just trust it. So before, I just go back and forth and just see what happens, right? Which was part of the process of me coming to higher levels of understanding. So I used to just go back and forth, knowing that how it was going to end, which it would eventually end and everything be fine. So I used to just let it flow. But now I've come to a higher level of understanding, so I just don't disagree. I just don't argue. Instead, I allow my energy to show that I disagree. And then I let her decide whether she's going to continue to do the thing that I disagree with energetically, or if she's going to not do it. I just let her decide. And whatever she decides, I will accept. And if I have to fix it later, then I'll fix it later. If it turns out to be okay, then it turns out to be okay. And if she decides to just, ask me for a different answer, then I'll give her a different answer. But otherwise, I just decided to trust so that I could avoid, the argument parts, right? Now, I don't, at the same time, like I said, I will energetically just give the energy like I disagree, right? I'll give her a look, or I'll just nod my head in a certain way, like, right? That way, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, all right, babe. Yeah. No. I'm not going to do that. At the same time, I'm not going to be like, nah, that's dumb. Why would you? Just typically I'll just look at her a certain way, like, that might not be the smartest decision, but I will allow you to decide if you want to go that route or not. I ain't nothing but the truth. I had to cut mine for the same reason. Explained it so well. Ashe, New Martin. All love. You know that name? The training.
I always struggle. Nitra
Nini.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Are you in fear of the Matrix? No pun intended. Am I in fear of the Matrix? No, I'm not in fear. I laugh at the Matrix a lot because I laugh not because it can't do anything. I laugh because the Matrix has all the power. I laugh at it. I'm like, what can I do? You're the Matrix, right? Like, why be fearful if you can't do anything anyway? And then two, I laugh at the Matrix because I like the Matrix. You need me. So I'm like, so what are we doing? I'm like, so I laugh at the Matrix a lot of times. Because it gets ridiculous what the Matrix does. So I'm like, I don't understand. Rites of passage. Okay, blessing process. Thank you, Agape. Elements of change. What's the biggest difference that you've noticed since cutting your hair? Any differences in your meditations? I haven't done any meditations yet since I've cut my hair. I've just been moving and doing stuff that I need to do. biggest difference is the amount of energy that I'm carrying and spirits that I'm carrying is a lot less. I will say that. And I'm still adapting and seeing, how things are changing. How things are shifting. So 13 months. Right, exactly. Actually, 13 months, and the 13th month is actually the getting preparing for the test after the trials. So you're correct. Is it okay to disagree? Yeah, it's okay to disagree. It's perfectly fine to disagree. It's just about, what do you want though? I've done enough disagreeing in my life in relationships, so I came to an understanding within myself that I didn't need to verbally disagree very often. I just came to that understanding that it wasn't really necessary in order for me to achieve what I need to achieve or get what I need to get. I actually didn't need to verbally disagree. I could just inwardly disagree on a lot of things and just move on.
That part. Yeah.
And that way, so that way that in that negative, that high level of negative, stressful energy, it never happens. So then, therefore, in a woman's world, everything's great all the time. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say, right? Well, the question is, how do you create a happy wife? That is the real question that man has been trying to answer. Because they thought it was just being agreeable. No, I am very disagreeable. So as a man, here's a little tip for men. And I have 2 wives, so I can tell you this, right? And I've been with them for multiple years, both of them, right?
Sort of like a pro.
Right? So I know what I'm talking about. If you want a happy wife, be very disagreeable in your mind. That is the key. Be very disagreeable, but in your mind. Let them know that on an energetic level, but let them do whatever they decide to do. Let them do it. As long as they know that inwardly you disagree. What does this do? This creates a balance. Because on the outside, you're technically not disagreeing with them. Therefore, there's no combativeness happening. There's no stress happening. But they also don't want to feel like they're running you over. They don't want to feel like you're a yes man. They don't want to feel like you are just going along whatever they're doing and you have no mind or direction of your own. So by inwardly disagreeing, they're like, okay, I'm happy he's let me do and try this thing and falling on my face a couple times. At the same time, he knows a different path. Therefore, I feel safe because if I fall on my face, he can pick me up and we can go on the safe path. Right. So that is the key. Disagree all the time with your woman inwardly.
Disagree inwardly.
Inwardly.
And repeat.
And then fix the mistakes outwardly. There you go.
I cheat. What are they talking about? She can feel it. I think two people said that.
Where is that? Where is that?
Agape said it and somebody
She
else
can feel
said
it. Yes.
I can feel what? What are they talking about?
She can feel my disagreement.
Oh, okay. Oh, definitely.
I want her to feel it. Just don't. I don't have to say.
Hey, Aries, y'all. So his this is pretty intense. He make it very known. Between that and the cap.
Does she intimidate you? Know how powerful the feminine is. You feel powerful without your hair. It's okay. Well, see, I wasn't gonna be on this long, but y'all asking some questions.
Right? I intimidate you, Baba.
Does she intimidate you?
Do I intimidate you?
Does she, as a individual, intimidate me? No. Does she, as the source goddess that she's connected to, intimidate me? Yes. This vessel does not intimidate me. But the vessels that, but the being that comes through her at certain times, and comes through other women at certain times, and even through men at certain times, and all, because the source goddess, right, the source feminine God that we all come from, can come through anything and everything, and I witness it all the time through dreams, through visions, through animals, through but especially through my partner. But it could be through children, all the time, movies. I see all the time. You know, to an extent, she intimidates me because she be messing up my flow, and I want to do something. I have a focus, and she's like, nah, that's not. I'm in charge. We gonna focus on what I want you to focus on, right? So,
I'm appalled.
Right. So, that version does intimidate me. So I get in line to the source goddess of the all. I get in line. I'm like, I got you. I feel you. Now when it comes to her, I'm like, okay.
You should be away like a fly.
Right. I'm just like whatever you say, it's cool. It's all right. I'll just fix it later. That's fine. Whatever. Right. But when it comes to the big goddess of the all, I'm like, I hear you. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna do what you say. Gotcha.
God, I remember that time I thought I intimidated you, and you shot me that energy, and I sat the hell down. That was the last time. That was the last time I tried that.
Do I feel powerful without my hair? I do physically. I do physically. When you understand that we all love, it's coming from love, it's easy not to feel like you have to disagree all the time. True. You know how powerful you are as a melanated king? I do. She should be happy because she's happy independently, right? She should be happy. I mean, I guess we should all be happy, but
happy you, happy them, yeah.
Happiness is earned. It's not given to you. Guess that's where I be. I'm very outwardly speak on what I disagree with. What your diet's like. Right now, we're on a vegan diet at the moment. I'll be on a vegan diet for the next few months, and then I will.
By vegan, we ain't talking about vegan meats and stuff.
Yeah, it's completely vegan. So we're completely vegan, like no vegan meats, just straight.
Would you say raw vegan? Was that raw vegan?
It's not raw, 'cause we do cook the onions and peppers, so pretty close to raw vegan. We do cook a few of the vegetables, but just straight vegetables and fruits. Right. No processed versions of them, and grains also. We do the quinoa, and I'll be on that for a few months, about 3 or 4 months, and then I will start to introduce fish back into my diet. salmon. I'll be introducing salmon. Maybe some Chilean, but probably not. Probably just the salmon.
Why not Chilean?
I don't know, because the last time I was doing Chilean, it was like making me nauseous. I don't know why. It's probably because the Chilean hasn't been frozen as long, so the enzymes in it are more alive or something, and it was just difficult for me to deal with, you know, or maybe some spiritual reason. I don't know. Yeah, you missed the whole live.
It'll be on YouTube though.
His energy when he disagree. Yeah, she feels it. You know, a lot of times, you know, I kind of just like my own disagreement. I'll kind of be like, I disagree, but whatever. It's not a big deal. So I just kind of flutter it away. You know, it's like my bigger disagreements where I might be, you know, she'll feel it. The small ones, probably not so much.
The Aries and the Leos. Baby.
And we in the black female God's image. Ashe. I hear that, darling. Why you cut your hair? I'm on a rites of passage. That's why I cut it. How is your mental state? Being vegan. I mean, I've been on and off, you know, vegan. So when you're vegan, you're just more clear. You're more clear.
Energized. I know for me. Well, I still be tired. I lie. I've been tired lately, but I don't feel as lethargic.
Yeah, there's more mental clearness, more sharp. Very sure I step out.
We about to step in the name of love too.
All right, so here 30 minutes longer than I wanted to be. Let's go ahead. Now we're going to the prayer.